This is a 1 million coin Kuudra setup and it does barely any damage. And this is a 10 billion coin setup that obliterates Kuudra. And today we're testing 3 more setups in between, all the way to 40 billion coins that costs more than my entire network. Quick rules, because I'm not gonna lie to you, like every other comparison video, Kuudra is a team fight. Only one person barely changes the run. So I am not ranking the speed, I am ranking the damage. For the test I'm going to do this video, we'll basically see if the setup is capable of doing the Kuudra run or if I just get carried. Starting off with the 1 million coin setup. And sadly, 1 million is not enough to do Kuudra properly. However, I did try to get a setup that kind of worked. Okay, so our 1 million coin setup is Glacite armor, artisanal short bow with duplex, that's where most of the money went, and a wand of mending. I crafted it myself, and I also got a guardian pet, which is also quite cheap at 20,000 coins. So obviously I'm not gonna count the ability items like open shop, rod, and aspect of the and such devoid. And we can finally test this setup in tier 1 Kuudra. Let's see if we can survive with this 1 million coin setup. Honestly, Kuudra is mostly about getting supplies, so it's not like it should matter what you're wearing. You could get supplies with no armor. Oh, I am surviving for some reason. Weird. Okay. Oh, hell no. Almost died. Keyword almost. I'm the goat. Type shift. Oh, he fueled it 100%. Oh, I died. Okay, so 2 deaths so far. This might not be a good idea to use this money, this setup for Kuudra. Yeah, obviously it's not a good idea. Don't do Kuudra if you have 1 million coins. It's not worth it. Moving on. For the next setup, we have full set of Aurora, hot Aurora 10 star, with her goggles, a dragon short bow with duplex, a fire veil wand, a florid zombie sword, and a wand of restoration, as well as molten equipment, a blaze pit, terror armor, and ember armor for the supply. This is actually my setup for tier 3 Kuudra on my Kuudra to Hyperion profile, and it is worth around 200 to 300 million coins if you wanna count the price of the talismans as well. So let's go into a Kuudra run and test this out to see how good it actually is. Okay, so far I am surviving. I mean, I already knew that because I usually use this setup to grind myself. Although, clearing wise, it's terrible. My damage is terrible. Honestly, Kuudra isn't even about gear anymore. It's just knowing how to do the supplies. I'm not lagging apparently because that was laggy. Can I solo DPS? No. Yeah, not with these mobs around. I don't think I can. I can. What? Okay, I solo DPS. Oh, I died. Even though a bunch of mobs kept following me. And I didn't want to stop since my terror is clean. It doesn't have any enchant. I still could one phase it alone. Was that solo? Let me just make sure. Oh, tentacle. GG. And 10. Let's go. Okay, so the 200 million coin setup is enough to do your Kuudra if your duo is good and you know how to do supplies, and obviously you have someone who can clear mobs in your party since I can't clear mobs. So shout out to Dylan here, my teammate, the goat, and we will go and do more tier. Oh, hello. I'll do tier 4 and tier 5 now. Okay, for the 1 billion coin setup, we have 3/4 fire terror RCM, as well as weather goggles and a mosquito bow for damage, a fire veil wand for clearing, and a wand of attunement for healing. I will be using a blaze pet as well as a rat pet to get the supplies. Okay, so I took away a bunch of talismans and I only have 1000 magical power right now. Means I lost half my magical power. I nerfed myself basically just so I can do this and make it as realistic as possible. So you know what that means. You should subscribe because I take this seriously. So this setup is good enough for tier 4 Kuudra. Yippee! I mean, that did not take at least 15 tries, by the way. Don't even bother checking. I mean, you don't have a way to check, but trust me, it did not take too many tries, okay? Moving on! The next setup is 10 billion coins, and we are finally able to use a Hyperion. This is the setup. As you can see, we have a term, hype or terror, and another set of terror this time for DPS since we're going to do tier 5 Kuudra, as well as a golden dragon for pet and 1 million coins in the bank. Our equipment are David cloak, rift necklace, molten belt, and gauntlet of contagion, adding up to around, oh, someone got their diamond vanilla fish. But yeah, this is our setup for tier 5 Kuudra, and we going to test it right now in tier 5 and see how much damage we're actually doing. Okay, let's see our damage, how good this is. Okay, not bad, decent. I mean, with a full party, might be faster. Yeah, I mean, my teammate isn't damaging them, by the way, so this is all me. Yeah, it's not that bad. So, since this is the most common setup in Kuudra right now, most people use duplex, I'd give it a good 8 out of 10. Now moving on to the 20 billion coin setup, which I usually use myself in my Kuudra runs, and I have 3000 Kuudra runs in total. So let's see how good it actually is. And if you wanna see how I got it, check the video link up here. So this is my Kuudra setup, which I usually use. We got 3/4 Fiery Crimson, RCM as usual, a duplex term, a rend term, a Chimera 5 Ragnarok Axe, Fire Rod, a Hyperion, last spread, a recommed Ensign Sword for that extra 5% mana, SOS Flare, a Hypermax Boomerang, a Hypermax, almost Hypermax, Atom Split Katana. For the armors, we have Primordial Helmet, Reaper Armor, Elegant Tuxedo, Ancient Warden Helmet. The Tuxedo is recommed and enchanted with Habanero Tactics, and the Reaper is enchanted with Legion. We also have Magma Lord Armor, as well as a Giant Spirit Mask. I also have a Crown of Avarice, although I don't use it right now, since it doesn't have Habanero Tactics, but it is better than a Warden Helmet. In total, this setup costs around 20 billion coins if we include my talismans, so let's go and test this out in a Kuudra run and see how good it actually is. Although, I already know it's good since this is my usual setup that I use every day. Needless to say, this setup deserves the first 10 out of 10 in the entire video since it allows you to one-shot Kuudra. But now, it is time for the last and most expensive setup in the entire game, and I got it from the #1 YouTuber and Kuudra player, Future77. How much is your setup costing in total? Like, how much does it cost?
My whole Kuudra setup?
Yeah,
like,
including your thousands and pets.
Oh, including my tallies. Wait, let me check. Yeah, 12.2 bill in my tallies.
And I'm assuming you're missing the soulbound ones.
Let me just make sure my OBS is running.
Alright.
How much is this trade menu worth, bro? I don't have a tracker on. That's a lot, though.
Yeah.
It's like 8 bill. No, over that. It's like 10 bill. Alright, bro.
Hold on, let me see how much is it actually. It doesn't matter anyway since I have it now. Goodbye. No, I'm joking.
He's gonna go off the island. He's gonna block me. Now I put a YouTube. I just had to hit a lick on Future77.
Imagine I get banned though for boosted. Like, that would be funny.
No.
Oh.
Better not throw no runs now, bro.
No, don't worry. I got you.
I better see flawless. When I come back, I better hear flawless gameplay from Trusted. That's what I better hear.
Sub 1 minute runs. Expect those.
I better hear 80 mil pulls from Trusted.
I can't.
You have to know how to do it.
Alright. Okay, I'll do it. Okay, I got this.
Okay. Also with the Scaling Master chestplate, I forgot to mention. Use Nance over arrows.
Oh, I just realized you had that. Like, what is this strat? Like, why do you use that? Oh, so you run a 50 billion setup almost. Is it actually worth it, or to go over 10 billion coins, or is it just because you play Kuudra, a lot of Kuudra, so you had to max it eventually?
I got a question.
Sure.
You asked a guy that has 94,000 Kuudra runs if his Kuudra setup is worth it.
Okay.
Okay,
never mind.
It's worth it, bro. What are you talking about?
No, I mean for the average person, you know.
Oh yeah, 100%, bro. So
okay, fair point. Okay, I think. Okay, so this is my opinion. I think Infernal Terror is overrated right now because all you do is run. You don't even need it at this point. Do you agree with that or not?
Hold on. Why is this guy calling me a chud? Anyways,
what the hell?
No, I can still need it for your RCM Terror though.
I mean,
so it's like
you can still just keep a Fire Terror, you know, as RCM.
Nah, but like Infernal is like better.
Oh, okay. Does it even matter though? Like realistically, does it?
Yeah, Infernal definitely is a big step up from Fiery for RCM Terror.
All right, so
But nah, I get your point though. Like, yeah, Infernal Terror Loki is a fading arm. Like outside of RCM Terror, you don't really game all that much.
So basically, his setup is just like mine. It's just like mine, but max, I guess, hyper max. Even his terror is 15 starred, even though you don't need it even starred after Infernal, but he did it since all he does is Kuudra, obviously. But yeah, his setup is around 40 billion coins, including talismans, and this helmet alone is actually worth 4 billion coins, and his Crown of Avarice is also worth a lot of coins. Okay, what the? Bro, I threw. Okay, gold. Okay, my teammate died. Here's the gold though, nevertheless. Okay, let me try to solo it. I mean, to one-shot it. Where's my gear? Just not fail. Okay, here we go. No. No, too close. Is this gear actually worth 30 bill? Wait, is this correct armor? 40 bill. Was it 50? Yeah. Is it worth the amount you spent on, or do you think it's not worth it to spend that much coins on Kuudra?
Now for me, as the guy with 94,000 Kuudra runs, absolutely. For the normal person though, still absolutely.
Okay.
Kuudra is in a game mode. That's the thing you don't understand. It's not a game mode. It's a lifestyle. That's the thing you're not understanding here. It's part of life. That's what it is.
I can't actually argue with that. Like, most of my playtime now is on Kuudra. Even my videos are mostly Kuudra right now. This setup will get a 9 out of 10 rating since it's too expensive, although it is very overpowered, but it's not worth it in my opinion. But what do you think? Is the 10 billion coins or 20 billion coins actually worth it? Or is the 40 billion coin setup the best option? Comment what you think and make sure to subscribe, as I'm going to get my own 10 billion coin setup on my Kuudra to Hyperion series, so make sure to follow me for that. See you next one.